Hello and welcome once again sa isa na namang episode ng Nerding With You podcast. Ang podcast ako saan I, the nerdy husband Topz, tries to nerd out with his clueless wife.
Glendz.
Yeah, nagbabalik na beautiful Clueless Wife, Glendz. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Where have you been? We've been touring around the world. Around the house only.
In the house.
In the house. Yeah, he in the house, back in the house. Yes. So again, alam ko na miss nyo ang kanyang napaka-inspiring na message. Take it away.
So thank you sa ating mga avid
Yes, meron.
listeners sa podcast natin and also sa ating avid viewers sa ating podcast sa YouTube. And if hindi ka pa po namin subscriber, ano pang ginihintay mo? Madali lang. Mag-subscribe ka na po. Just click the subscribe button if you are watching this sa YouTube and click the notification bell as well. And if you are listening naman sa inyong any favorite podcast, follow us na rin. And also in our other social media page. We have also in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Nerding With You. Yan. Thank you.
Kinakabahan ka. First time. Okay, today po, we're going to be reviewing a movie that just came out recently this month of July. As of this recording, July pa po ngayon. A movie that from Marvel, part of the MCU. Ito po ay walang iba kundi ang pelikulang
were once used for battle. Now they're but humble tools for peace. I need to figure out exactly who I am.
He went from dead bod to god bod. And after all that,
Mjolnir!
he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane?
Thor, Love and Thunder. And today, to help us talk about this movie, we'll be joined by a very special guest.
Invited.
Yes. Isa po siya sa isang key member ng Avengers. Yes, I believe sa mga loyal followers namin have already met this guy. So, huwag na po natin patagalin pa. Let's introduce our special guest, none other than Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth's number one fan. May iba kundi si Brother Toh Relova. And here he is, none other than Chris Hemsworth's number one fan, Brother Toh Relova. Hi!
Yay!
Welcome back sa aming show.
Hello, ka-nerdings. Kamusta kayo
kamusta po
lahat?
kayo? It's been a long time. I think a year ago.
A year ago na ba? Wow. Parang kailan lang.
What have you been up to this past year?
Yun. Rebuilding from the pandemic. So, things are okay. Actually, di ba, parang a year ago, hindi natin maisip na makakanood na tayo sa sine ulit. But, unti-unti, nanonood na tayo sa sine ulit. Starting with Spider-Man... No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home. Correct. That was the first.
February lang yata siya, di ba?
Yes.
So, nice-spoil talaga kayo nun, di ba?
Oo, grabe. One of the best. Spider-Man, one of the best. Yeah.
Kamusta naman po ang, to those of you who don't know, Brother Toh Relova is the feast builder and preacher of Feast Makati. So, how's the whole community this past pandemic?
Face-to-face.
Face-to-face na po ba kayo?
Hindi pa. Actually, some feasts sa Manila, sa Metro Manila are face-to-face na, like the one in Bay Area, some in other places. Sa Makati, isa pa lang sa amin kasi we have multiple feasts in Makati. Some already tried. Actually, typically one lang has tried. Tapos kami, played by ear lang. Medyo magpupunta na sana, biglang tumataas yung cases. So sabi namin, sige, we continue to do where we're kinda okay naman at. Kasi I take care of the Thursday feast. So anyone who wants to watch, we are Feast Makati Legazpi. Tatlo yung Feast Makati Legazpi. The Legazpi Village side of Makati nung once upon a time. But Thursday nights yung aming slot. So 7:30.
I-share namin yung link din.
Thank you. So anyone who wants to watch, it's all on the internet. So we're doing this. So medyo na na-master thankfully na namin yung live streaming. So we are taking care of the live streaming audience. So we're still online until we can move to on-site na. Ayan, kita yung monitor.
Kita nyo naman ng mga lighting si Brother Toh. Parang talagang talagang class na class, diba? And to those of you also who are clueless about what the feast is, ito po ay isa charismatic group, Catholic charismatic group that this was founded by Brother Bo Sanchez. So check it out, guys. Talagang kung gusto nyo maging worthy katulad ni Thor, we invite you to attend or at least join sa feast online. So huwag na po tayo magpaligoy-ligoy pa. The reason why we invited Brother Toh is because he is one of the kumbaga, sa pagkakakilala ko, siya yung talagang number 1 fan ni Thor. Kita nyo naman yung damit niya, obviously.
Bago yung damit, yung itsura pa lang. Hindi ba na nagkakalayo?
Yun. So, picture po siya. So, alam natin hindi siya nagsisinungaling. So, alam naman pala rin, karelease lang ng Thor Love and Thunder. And we want to hear the opinion of someone who is, of course, a number 1 fan of Thor. Ano ba so what do you think about the movie? Ano po yung masasabi niyo sa pelikula niyo?
Well, nahirapan kaming gawin dahil pandemic.
Yes, I know.
Pero nahiraos naman. Naka-Zoom meetings ang...
Actually, na-experience ko yan nung ginawa ko yung Top Gun
Just want to manage expectations.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, good. Actually, well, an addition, I forgot to mention, an additional change to our life since last year. Last tayo, we were gifted with a puppy. Since then. Yes. So kami na we don't have kids, 20 years married. So okay na kami, contento, happy. Biglang may dumating sa doorstep namin, literally. Ang isang napaka-beautiful na Shih Tzu. Tapos nag-isip kami ng name sa kanya. Talaga marami kinis, Mjolnir, Thorito. Ang nakuha naming name kasi best friend ni Thor, si Korg.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Korg. I'm kind of like the leader in here.
So we named our Shih Tzu Korgi. K-O-R-G with an I, para cute.
Kasi ito si Thor.
Diba?
Si
best
Thor,
friend ko.
tapos si Corgi. Talagang
Nagulat siya. Ayan. Hello, Corgi.
Hi, Corgi. Hi, my name is Corgi. Yan ba yun?
Hello. Let's start the revolution. Yeah. So guesting first in the history of the world is Corgi with Thor. Yeah. So this is something
world debut. Yeah, hello Corgi, how are you?
Yeah, ayun na niya dito. Go.
Blink once if you're treated well.
Kasi ang hirap na name Mjolnir, baka hindi may pronounce sa mga tao, kaya Stormbreaker masyado mahaba. So Corgi, the only Corgi in the world.
Kasama niyo ba? Alright, so kasama niyo siya ng movie?
Hindi. Yun ang challenge namin. Nanood kami. Iniwan namin siya dito habang nanood kami. Habang pinapanood ko siya sa CCTV na buo pa naman bahay namin. Medyo yung door namin ginangat-ngat ka. Actually, challenge namin nowadays yan. Iwanin siya. But yeah, all good. In the name of Thor.
In the name of Thor talaga. So going back to the movie, what are your talagang full thoughts about it? What are the good things? Ano yung talagang nagustuhan niyo dito?
Yeah. Well, typical Taika. The director Taika Waititi, typical Ragnarok. Pero a lot of people like me have found it. Well, I loved it. Continue. Always naman. It's always a joy. Na medyo nagpunta na sa arc of humor and realism si Shakespearean Thor nung yung first 2 movies niya. Yep. Pero some did say na medyo naging extreme humor naman. But ako okay lang kasi that's how they are. I mean, if you watch the interviews of Taika and Chris Hemsworth, they're goofballs, always having fun, always laughing at each other. The elements of the Thor universe was still there. Nandun si Gore, the God Butcher. Talagang terrifying. Galing ni Christian Bale. I mean, of all, Christian Bale was the best in element of the film. And he was scary, lalo na yung scene yung sa cage with the kids. Nandun pala siya.
Parang channel na si Heath Ledger as Joker that
Heath
time.
Ledger, correct. Si Batman naging Joker. Dito sa Thor. Galing. I mean, Stuff of Nightmares. Mas nakakatakot siya kaysa kay Wanda dun sa horror movie na Multiverse of Madness. Pero he was good. He was very good. So the movie in itself is funny. Tawa ko ng tawa ng first scene nung tinawag siya to fight with the first the furry people. Tapos yung split, yung Jean-Claude Van Damme split.
Yeah,
tawa ko ng tawa. And that was Kasi alam niyo nakakatawa. Si Thor medyo for reasons we know, dinownplay siya sa Endgame. Kasi in an instant, he could have killed Thanos with that same power kasi he's Thor. Pero sobrang ang daming beses na overpower siya ni Thanos. Pero ito talaga when he was fighting it, parang no holds barred. Parang dali-dali niyang kalabanin yung mga kalaban. And parang that's the Thor that the world should have seen or knows talaga. And the story, it was an amazing story naman. Diba, we saw how Asgard rebuilt itself in a Scandinavian Norway town na as if it was really there. So parang humor was there, yun lang sabi nga ng iba, na the humor was, some saw it as an overboard humor na sobrang extreme na wala nang moment to grieve or to but ako small price to pay if you expect naman talaga that it's gonna be funny. And it really is funny and the makes you think lang tutuloy pa kaya to kasi and one thing kasi I mean siguro expected na kasi if it's an epic saga that they do the same thing kasi. So ang kagandahan ng Marvel, they really put it in such a way na hindi mo alam kung saan pupunta. It's totally new kasi alam naman natin yung story ng saga in basic movie plots na talagang parang Conan the Barbarian that they go on a quest, they find the hidden gemstone, then they eventually kill the enemies. Ito ang galing na ending na parang, di ba, self-discovery na he was bored, lacking meaning and purpose And instead of he finding it in love, he found it in love. Galing diba? Not in through a love, but through love. Na daughter pa niya. Daughter pa niya
in real life. Baka hindi mo alam.
Kaya parang no ending, parang what? Kasi ang ganda na ending
Yung bata?
Bata.
Hindi niya alam na
anak ni...
alam
yun.
Anak ni
Chris Hemsworth in real life.
Galing. Epic. Kaya parang the whole family was there. Alam niyo, di ba?
Yes, I know. She doesn't know actually.
Sige,
ano niyo po kung sino doon. Sabihin niyo
one of the boys running doon sa gubat, yung nag-evolve si Thor. That was one boy. Tapos itong kid nga yung girl. Another boy, yung twin ng first, nasa one of the kids daw doon sa group of...
Doon sa grupo ng mga nakidnap ng mga bata.
Okay.
Tapos yung wife niya, si Elsa, was the wolf girl.
Yeah.
Diba? Yung wolf, yung one of the scenes na...
Tapos nasa ibabaw sila ng wolf. Yun yung...
Yun.
Diba?
Kaya, ayan si...
Diba? Hindi ko napansin.
Galing. Kaya parang family affair talaga. Like si Taika din, kids na nandun. One of the kidnapped
Hindi ko alam yung kay Taika.
Tapos si Jane, Jane Foster, Natalie Portman. Her kids were also there. So some say it was a cheesy, like some say medyo naging cheesy na siya, like yung in-empower yung kids with a Thor power na parang naging daycare style. Pero pwede rin it was unexpected.
No po. Sabi nila, yun. Napapanood ko nga yun, parang sabi ko, pwede pala yun.
Actually, di ba nabanggit nyo, some say it was cheesy and parang overboard. Actually, isa ko doon sa mga nagsasabi na, sorry po
Ako rin.
Parang, ito naman po yung yung our take on that movie. Parang, okay naman siya, to be honest. Don't get us wrong, hindi po siya, not one of the worst, but I'm not saying it's the best, pero okay lang. Kung entertainment as entertainment is concerned, I got entertained. Pero para tama kayo, parang some of it is like parang naging siya, yung version na to, parang naging parody. Alam niyo yung almost all of his scene, almost all Thor scene, dapat meron siyang funny punchline. Unlike before na parang well-balanced. For me, Thor Ragnarok is the best.
Ragnarok actually, same. Ragnarok was the middle of both. Correct.
Parang walang seriousness kasi dito hinahanapan ko ng seriousness si Thor. Parang wala.
Parang mas seryoso pa nga si Star-Lord. Si Star-Lord.
Sabi ko sa kanya. Parang mas seryoso pa
si Chris Pratt,
pero normally, di ba, sa mga movies nila, siya yung normally na maraming joke, kumbaga.
Tama, correct.
Parang siya yung hindi nagiging serious, pero dito parang naging baliktad si
Thor. Parang halos lahat ng eksena ni Thor dito, lagi siyang nagpapatawa, which is, I don't mind really, pero this is Thor Parang I like Thor Ragnarok kasi may balance, parang may tama yung timing, pero ito almost all of the time nagpapatawa
Parang
siya.
hinahanapan ko siyang maging serious in some scenes, pero
Sorry
parang
po
gumanon din.
No, I take it
Hindi
from
kasi
start. In my next, in Thor 5, I will improve. Sana meron, no? Mukhang may rumors for Thor 5, but it'll depend on this talaga.
Pero ganito ba siya sa
sa comics?
Sa comics?
Actually, hindi
part ba to ng comics? Hindi siya part.
Hindi siya wakin.
Shakespearean siya sa, yun ang sabi na, Shakespearean.
Sobrang tragic kung babasahin
serious
niyo yun. Nabasa niyo po ba
yun? Sa cartoons sa animated, di ba? Para sobrang siya pinaka, nagka-crack ng jokes, pero parang yung old jokes. Na parang hindi siya yung like this. Actually, tama ka dun eh. Kaya kung pinarangka ko, it's sa akin still Endgame. Infinity War Endgame, tapos Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
Bumaba yung Thor sa akin eh. This movie. Kaya hindi ko ma 10 over 10 eh. Siguro 7 or 8 over 10. Or 8.5 over 10. Still Thor eh. Tapos pati yung di ba tinanong mo ako Topz before, yung Multiverse of Madness. Hindi ko rin naitaas dun eh. Yeah. Parang nandito rin siya sa mga parang honestly siguro I expected a lot dahil ang ganda ng mga trailer. Nakakatawa. Yung si Stormbreaker, yung sumisingit na gano'n. Yung nagtatampo.
One of the funniest bit for me.
Napanood ko na yun sa trailer, kaya nung nandun na, parang it's funny pa rin, pero parang hindi na yung gano'n ka natawa. So siguro na overboard ako sa trailer. And so yung expectations ko were really there. I thought the whole movie was like that. Yun din. I mean, it was good, but tama. Parang I'm rooting for it to be really, really good. Na 100% all fans of different tastes would like it. Pero parang yun nga, medyo nahati ang audience eh. Sayang, pero
kasi kung napanood ka ng mga pelikulang Taika Waititi, balance kasi yung kanyang comedy eh. Kung napanood mo yung napanood niyo po ba yung Jojo Rabbit?
Hindi pa.
Panoodin niyo, maganda yun. Ang set in World War II Nazi occupation. Okay. Ganda nun. Drama
sige,
siya.
I will.
Heartbreaking pero napaka-light. Ito kasi parang again parody. Pero that being said, yung tama yung maganda yung sinabi ni Brother Toh kanina, yung pinaka-essence ng movie about finding your purpose, finding your purpose in love, andun pa rin. So from this movie, sino yung mga characters na nag-stand out sa inyo? Siyempre, bukod sa sarili nyo, kay Thor.
I'll set my own Christian Bale, of course. Talagang sayang tapos na yung role niya sa MCU kasi namatay siya dito. Spoiler review naman to. Hindi na tayo spoiler.
To those of you who haven't watched this yet, panoodin nyo and then come
Sorry
back.
na lang. Nasabi na namin lahat.
So, at this point.
Yes.
At this point. Yeah, yun. Yung daughter naman niya was too short to be commendable. But, si Natalie Portman, naggaling ng muscles na. I mean, kudos to her. Ako okay siya. Some didn't like her. Ako okay siya. Kasi it was still the Jane Foster of before na trying to be scientific but trying to be funny, parang ganun role. Parang okay naman. Pero yung costumes yun, ang gaganda. Ang galing.
Yes.
Tapos yung effects, actually, at this point, effects, hindi na tayo dapat nagugulat eh. Talagang gagaling lagi. I mean, like yung si Mjolnir na new found power na nag-break away, na naging multiple projectile. Ganda ng bagong power niya. Tapos, Stormbreaker, lalong lumakas dito na talaga nagamit yung Bifrost power niya to give them a path for the favorite goats to bring them there.
Si Tooth Nasher and ang pangalan ng dalawa, Tooth Nasher.
Yun, yung goats pa rin. Pang-asar ni Taika, humor talaga yung gano'n. Yung talagang nangasar. Pero funny. yun. So commendable Christian Bale really was received the star of the commendable star of Thor, Love and Thunder. Si Chris Hemsworth, talagang syempre, first nude scene na din niya dito. Talagang mukha naman, he worked his body out. Kaya kamaka sa Thor, ako yung Thor na dad bod pa eh. Hindi, nag-evolve. Kaya pa-evolve pa lang ako. Hintayin niyo ako mga 6 months. Endgame muna ako. Papunta na ako dun sa dad bod. God bod. Ang galing ng accent ni Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Kasi it wasn't British accent. It was a Greek accent, an old Greek. Although marami na nainis sa role niya. Pero ganun talaga yung, sabi nila ganun daw talaga yung whimsicalness ni Zeus na talagang kasi sabi nga nila, di ba, these gods are powered by their belief of their followers. At this time, Greek gods hindi na pinapansin dahil most of the Greek population Orthodox Christians na. So, malamang wala na silang ginagawa kundi nagpa-party na lang. Yun na lang
no?
Okay, kaya tumaba, lumaki. Kaya wala nang wala nang ganun eh. Kaya yan. Tsaka yung element na yun na parang pinurtray from Moon Knight na yung gods, iba-ibang gods. Depende sa iba-ibang paniniwala, kaya iba-ibang reality, iba-iba yung afterlife. Kaya parang, may galing kung paano tinahilat ng comic stories na pwede maging one plot lang lahat. Tas multiple dimensions pa. Multiple universes. Kaya pwede nga naman multiple comics explained in different varieties. Like yung different gods, tapos even different Spider-Man na parang, nga pala, iba-ibang universe kasi. Kaya they could all exist nga naman in our reality.
Nabasa niyo ba yung comic book, yung pinaka-source, inspiration nito ng movie?
Well, I heard lang about Thor the God Butcher. Yeah, yung how he and read some reviews, watched some reviews. Pero yung reading, hindi, haven't read any.
Sobrang depressing actually.
Talaga.
Sobrang contrast sa movie yung comic book, as in sobrang violent at saka sobrang complex ng storya na talagang through time tatlong Thors, Thor future, present and past. Sama-sama para kalabanin si Gore.
Galing.
Si Gore.
Galing. Hirap Yeah.
Ganun kasi sabi daw nila it should have been 3.5 hours long. Narinig niyo ba yun?
Yeah. Sayang.
Actually,
they could have made. I don't know what the decision was. Baka to keep people out of close contact. Kaya 2 hours lang nila. 1:59 nga. Parang
yung The Batman 3 hours din.
Okay. Oo nga. Sana. Well, yeah. I mean, or sana may Snyder Cut style na lalabas later yun.
Nabanggit kasi yun kay Taika kasi marami nga nagre-request ng release na Taika or the director's cut. Pero sabi ni Taika, hindi daw siya supporter nun kasi kaya daw siya dinilit or tinanggal is because it would not help anything sa plot. Pero may idea po ba kayo kung ano yung mga kinat?
Yung KJ, yung gory parts ni Gore. Si Gore very gory, di ba? Yung kinat talaga niya yung mga mga religious emblems niya. Kaya panay scars na lang siya nung end.
Hindi ko alam yun.
Tapos may talagang parang scary cry siya na talaga hindi pumayag si Taika na ilabas sa Disney produced film Pero yung ibang plots hindi. Like kala natin si Better Rebuild nandito.
Wala na. Hinihintay ko. It's been already 4 Thor movies pero hanggang ngayon wala pa rin si Better Rebuild. Kilala mo ba yun?
Hindi. Siyempre, hindi ko kalala yun.
Siya yung invento ng Betamax. Better
Yung panahon ni Brother Toh, yung Betamax. Siya, isa din siyang worthy to lift Thor's hammer. Mukha siyang kabayo. So,
baka sa sunod, kasi parang ang naman na dalawa ng Thor na worthy ang makikita sa movie, di ba?
Yun nga ang gusto ko.
So baka sa next, kasi dito parang ang pinakita naman is si Jane.
Pero dapat, pa lang. Pero sabi nila, isa din doon sa kinat, yung supposedly dapat nandun si Jeff Goldblum.
I heard that.
Victim at saka si E3, the dwarf. Tapos si Lena Headey. Kilala mo ba
sino siya doon? Anong character niya dapat?
Hindi daw na-disclose ko sino yung character niya. Pero isang klaseng ng God daw Yun nga din actually nakulangan ako kasi Gore the God Butcher but we didn't see much butchering.
You're right.
Parang hindi na paliwanag masyado.
Hindi, napaliwanag naman pero yung kasi sabi nga Gore the God Butcher pero wala siyang masyado eksena na pinakita na nagbubutcher ng maraming gods kundi yung mga montages lang.
Correct.
Sobrang
sinabi lang, binanggit lang.
Na
marami nang napapatay, parang gano'n.
Kasi sobrang tindi nga ni Gore. Sobrang siya, as in, yun nga, biruin mo yung tatlong Thor, different time, nagsama-sama para, actually kasama din yung mga apo ni Thor
So dito is parang dalawang Thor, technically. Kasi si Jane at saka si Thor himself. So parang dalawang Thor nagsama.
Okay. At saka isa din pala sa nirereklamo
nino.
Hindi naman.
Ba yan?
Kasi yung parang na-undermine to kasi yung worthiness ni Jane. Sa comic book kasi, di ba ano siya, may cancer. Kaya ang story kasi niya sa comic book, si Thor naging unworthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Tapos
yeah,
si
yeah.
Jane yun
Hinanap ni Mjolnir si Jane as the new Thor kasi siya yung worthy kasi nga kahit may sakit siya, marami siyang series of heroic acts na ginawa. And alam din ni Jane na ano siya na lalo siya nanghihina every time na ginagamit niya yung Thor. Pero dito sa movie, parang she was able to lift Mjolnir kasi dahil nung yung chant or incantation na unknowingly na binigay ni Thor sa hammer. Was it a big issue to you na parang, kasi di ba nakita natin si Captain America worthy.
Yeah.
Kayo worthy. I assume siya worthy.
Yeah.
Pero para kasi dito, ang dumating is parang she was able to lift Mjolnir not because she's worthy, but because the Mjolnir is just protecting her. Did that bother you?
Well, ako okay lang actually. It's a cute way of explaining it na nakala ko nga it's because she's worthy as a person. Pero yun nga, parang hinabilin siya to protect her. Parang it made sense. Oo nga, pwede. Well, who knows? Baka she is worthy rin naman talaga. Hindi naman worthiness is only in the power or super strength or super, but also heart Si Jane naman is a good person. So, pwede. Tsaka lalo na nung parang hinabilin siya ni Thor. Nung binulungan nga niya, parang pwede. Parang mala Odin whisper na parang Odin empowering and habilin. Kaya parang, okay, that made sense. Pero hardcore comic people will really say, nga, iba yung sa, kasi sa comics, diba, it worsened her cancer when she became Jane again, kasi naalis yung pagka-chemo from her because it superpowered her until she withered away. Pero di natin alam, kasi diba, yung ending, di natin alam kung babalik si Jane in the next
actually spoiler alert kung sa comic book namatay din siya pero na-resurrect siya as a Valkyrie. So there's a possibility, especially right now na nasa Valhalla siya.
Correct. Sayang wala si Odin, obviously Odin, Loki are there dahil they all died in glorious battle.
But did Loki, si Loki kaya nandun?
Malamang nandun siya. Kasi yung Loki series, ibang Loki naman to, di ba? Other timeline na to Kaya complicated Pero yung Loki na pinatay ni Thanos, malamang nandun daw dahil he died in heroic battle daw Kaya sayang di.
Yung Warriors 3.
Malamang nandun so, sila. Si Odin.
Nandun si Shazam. Si Shazam yung isa.
Si Shazam. What's his name? Di ko siya nakilala doon. Siya pala yun. Yung na-recast.
Pa-comment na lang po down
Zachary Levi. Zachary Levi.
So, don't comment kasi nasagot niyo na. Kinilig pa rin ba kayo sa chemistry ni Natalie Portman and ni Chris Hemsworth?
Pwede. Believable naman sila mag-act Like yung mga subtle na mga ganun, nag-galat sila. Pwede naman. I mean, ganun naman talaga yung nila. Pero, di ba, nagkaroon nag-date scenes na parang fill in the blanks na yung moment na nakita lang natin sa Ragnarok na biglang sinabi niya kay Loki na it's a mutual breakup. Hindi natin nakita kung what led to that Tas ito yung nag-explain na they started together. Tas diba nag-start si Thor started seeing a parent with a kid, tama ba? Mom with a baby. Tas para siya napaisip, may future ba sila? Sabi nga nila kasi I think he knew na as a god, he couldn't have a child with Jane as a human. Kaya parang siguro doon siya bigla nagkaroon ng protectiveness na gusto niyang nag-start na sila tapos naging mutual which is in the ending na-solve din yun dahil he became a adoptive father. To love. Kaya parang galing Tapos parang kasi if it's another Thor movie, kunyari magkaka-Thor 5, baka nga naman magsawa ni audience kasi it's another mega villain to combat, to join forces. Pero kung may saga ng Thor and a kid, baka nga naman, baka it's a good way.
May ibang twist, kumbaga.
Ibang twist, ibang plot, ibang angle naman. Kaya pwede.
So yung bata may power din?
Oo.
Meron
Inherit para sa kanya or nung
Di ba may,
nung nabuhay lang
siya. Di ba may in-speech siya? Oh, actually, nung nabuhay
lang siya.
Nung binuhay siya ni, ang tawag nito, ni Eternity.
Oo, nun lang siya nagkaroon ng power.
Yes.
Kasi di ba yung mata niya umano?
Para siyang base sa mga nerds. I don't know if you read this. Siya yung embodiment of love. Kumbaga, meron siyang mga, kung makikita mo dun sa part na yun, i-educate lang kita. Di ba yung nasa parang dun sa part, dun sa may gate, kung papunta dun kay Eternity, di ba may mga nakita kang mga heads dun? Nando dun si Living Tribunal, si Death, si Entropy. Marami yung, kumbaga, representative ng universe. Meron nga si Death eh. So ito yung parang cosmic being din si Love. Love na yung pangalan niya actually. Ano yung lowest point dun sa pelikula para sa inyo?
Lowest in terms of bad or sad?
Parang I should have been cut or you wouldn't mind if it's not part of the movie.
Ako wala naman. Ako generally, I accept the whole thing naman eh. I mean, for all it's worth eh. Hindi ka lang sobrang happy at the end na parang hindi ka happy for the film. You're happy because you watched it. Pero in my mind, parang ako baka hindi lahat magustuhan to like I did. Kayo, anong lowest? Meron ba kayong?
Actually, ako meron. Ikaw ba?
Wala ako.
Siguro, yung kay Lady Sif, parang I wouldn't mind it. Parang sayang kasi we missed her doon sa Ragnarok. And then, alam naman natin na may history sila before, di ba?
Yeah.
Sila kahit papano. And then, nung bumalik siya, parang naging side joke na lang.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to Valhalla. Pero sabi ni Thor, no, you should die on a battle. Pero yung kamay mo, baka nasa Valhalla na. Parang naging joke na lang. Parang, I wouldn't mind she wouldn't be part of it. Parang, sayang naman, ibinalik pa nila, tapos ganun na yung ginawa kay Sif. Akala ko kasi, when you say Thor, Love, and Thunder, syempre, ito naman, expectation ko lang.
Kasi may love.
May love, baka may karoon ng love triangle, maybe love rectangle pa nga eh. Kasi, alam, kasi, I don't know, to those of you don't know, si Valkyrie is, yung kanyang sexual orientation is medyo on the other side. So, I don't know, I thought that there would be a relationship between Jane and then so on and so forth. Baka masyadong maging complicated at baka hindi masyadong accept. Pero like I said, sayang yung ginamit nila kay Lady Sif. To ask me.
Great actress pa naman. Yeah.
Jamie Alexander.
Even in her guest sa Loki, sobrang cameo lang talaga. Kaya parang cameo lang siya dito. And in fact, in Norse mythology, Thor, asawa niya si Sif eh. Kaya talagang dito, totally hindi ginawang arc yun eh.
Parang parang katulad na ginawa nila sa Warriors 3, kung gaano sila kadaling pinatay, ganun din kadaling isinat aside si Sif.
That's true.
So ginawa pa siyang trainer na lang ng mga bata. So
That's true.
Yun, medyo actually I was excited to see dun sa poster na babalik si Jamie Alexander as Lady Sif, pero I wasn't expecting that for me. Ikaw ba, meron ka bang low point?
Wala naman.
Ayaw mo lang kasi nahiya ka sa ating guest.
Wala naman.
Pa-highest point na lang. Ano yung pinaka-OMGC?
Ako naalala ko yung low. Hindi man lowest point, pero medyo a notch down lang. Hindi naman low. Yun nga, yung sa kids, yung empower. It was cute. It was nice. Pero para siya naging kiddie or childish ng concept. Lalo na yung, part natatawa ako at parang pwede. Pero yung ginagamit yung stuffed toy. Kaya parang tas yun ang kumalaban sa, which pwede rin naman kasi these are as guardians, although isa, hindi ako as guardian. Sila. Pero parang, now you are all as guardians. Na parang it's innate in you to be warriors. Kaya pwede rin naman. Pero parang na konting cheesyhan lang ako ng slight lang naman. Hindi naman sobra. It's not like they should have written it off. It's more of okay. Parang naging gano'n na lang yung Thor. Hindi na siya yung furious battle.
Baka don't get us wrong, we love kids.
Don't get us wrong, we love kids. We love empowering kids, giving them importance. It's more of just the
how it was handled, kumbaga. How it was
okay rin naman. I mean, half of me naman says, it's actually galing na you utilized the resources you had at the time dahil wala na ibang aaway sa kanila. So pwede naman. Pero ang galing sabi, I will empower you only for a time. May clause pa si Thor. Parang babawiin ko to. Hindi kayo lumaki na tama.
Tama. Maganda. Actually,
Tsaka kailangan pang training sila eh.
Oo.
Yeah.
Pero di ba child endangerment yung ginawa niya?
Si Taika nga na sinabi.
May protection naman siguro.
Na-interview si Taika, we use the kids, cheap labor. Consistent talaga si Taika.
Actually, I love Taika Waititi. Kilala mo naman si Taika, di ba? I love his movies. I love him
Korg.
in movies.
The embodiment of Korg.
Yes, exactly. The embodiment of Korg. Lalo na sa Free Guy, di ba? Kahit kontrabida. Pinanood niya ba yung pinapanood niyo yung What We Do in the Shadows?
Hindi. Ano yun? Taika rin?
Taika. One of his first movie. Comedy siya.
I'll catch that. Okay.
Ano siya, parang low budget movie.
Okay.
Pero maganda siya yung pagkakagawa niya. Nagkaroon ng spin-off series, TV series.
Okay.
Na mas nakakatawa.
I'll check it out.
Ano ba? Yan, again, if you're going to look at the source material, hindi siya actually ganun yung naging theme eh. Pero since it's all about gods, do you think that magandang kasi tamang-tama kasi si Brother Toh is a preacher. Although obviously naman dito yung tinutukoy nilang gods is small letter G, not the bigger gods. I think ang pinaka-pinuputriyan dito is yung mga makapangyarihang tao na we look up to. So kayo ba, while watching the film, meron bang connection, meron bang religious connection? What I mean to say is, tingin niyo ba, if someone is going through a problem ng sobra-sobrang tindi, tapos napanood niya nito, tama nga, wala nga Diyos. Do you think that people will be swayed in their beliefs when they watch this? Or ano ba yung dapat yung sabihin sa mga tao manonood ng ganito?
So actually, it kinda is a challenge kasi some people na of lesser belief might easily say, baka ganun nga ang gods, pinaglalaro lang tayo, nagpa-pray man tayo, baka naman they're just up there partying, kaya baka nga nakakainis. Especially people na medyo may pinagdadaanan na akala na hindi nakakinig si God sa kanila. Pero sakto actually just this week, sakto, last Thursday, a few days ago, I preached on the topic about Noah's Ark kasi yung Noah's Ark kasi is we all know the story that we thought God destroyed the earth because the earth was filled with bad people and saved only a family who was good, Noah and his family and the animals. Pero ang twist pala doon is the Bible verse before God destroys everything. He said God saw humanity and what it had become, and he was filled with sorrow. It broke his heart. He was filled with sorrow. So God is not a God who is hate-filled, but God is a God who became heartbroken because of the situation. And the story, actually it's a long story, you can watch a talk, plugging, follow for more. Pero ang story nun is actually in the civilization before, there were many stories pala then in different parts of the world had a flood story. Like there was a story in another side of the world, no ganun din. A man was saved from destruction of the world by riding on a boat. And the destruction of the world was caused by a god, by his god then. But his god destroyed the world dahil naingayan siya sa tao. Kumbaga, petty lang yung reason. Kaya parang the author of Genesis was using that knowledge people had in that era to share na iba yung Yahweh. Yahweh was heartbroken. He is not the God who's petty. He really is with you in your trial. He's not like that God that you thought of. But He's the God, and the God is actually a good God. Na parang in watching the story of Thor, you see different gods, Zeus, mga iba-ibang gods of different of the Aztecs gods, the Japanese gods, the si Bas sa Wakanda.
Sa Wakanda, yeah.
Parang I think and I hope people will see na iba these are stories, these are comic interpretations, but the real God who is really behind everything else of us in the real world especially is really a good God. Na He isn't like that, na who does not answer prayers because trip lang niya, or gusto lang niyang mamatay ang anak mo out of thirst, like he's like Gore. There is a God who has a purpose in everything, a God who has something. So yun lang, kailangan ng konting maturity when people watch this to realize na these are stories, these are interpretations, as in any literature. But at the end of the day, get things that you need for your faith. And if ever there's something challenging your faith, you research, talk to your priest, talk to your preachers to help guide you there. So it is an easy way for atheists to say, sabi na nga ba ganun eh, or those who are thinking that, kaya sayang lang din if ever may madaling masway. Pero it should strengthen the faithful and say na, hindi, I know my God isn't like that. My God cares. My God sees me, and if He did it before and saved me from a peril before, in the peril that I'm going now, He's not a God who's ignoring me and partying in the jungle. He's a God who is caring and being with me in this trial to help me see me through. Yeah, so hopefully that's what we do. That's what we help preach, so people will know that the real God is really good.
Amen. Actually, tama si Brother Toh. Isang ina-advise ko na maganda niyong pakinggan, kung magagawa kayo ng research, especially when your faith is shaken, is yung mga ni Father Mike Smith's. Yan. One of his, yung sa kanyang Ascension Presents, Why Do Bad Things Happen, na sinasabi nila na usually kasi yung ginagawang explanation na pag nagko-compare tayo na someone who gone through a tragedy, sinasabi niya, it's okay, it's God's will. So, halimbawa, patayin ko anak mo, at pag napatay ko yung anak ko, sabihin ko sa iyo, it's God's will. Gagaan ba yung pakalawa? I think a lot of people also nami-misinterpret nila yung tragedy. Actually, the truth is, tama yung sinabi maganda yung reference ni Brother Toh yung about sa Noah's Ark na akala natin yun ang gusto talaga ni Lord na malunod lahat, pero hindi pala. It's not God's will for someone to peril. It's always His will for us to, diba, pinanggit naman niya, for you to have a good life, to prosper. But I think what happened to us, yung mga bad things, is done by us. And I think God had done His best for us to be protected from it. Pero tayo yung, siyempre, full of ourselves to go the other way. So again, if a tragedy happens, siguro wag natin sabihin na it's God's will. There's a purpose why He that did that. He weeps when someone dies. He weeps when someone is going through problems. Siguro yun na kailangan nating maipadalang message sa mga tao dyan. Hello po sa mga atheists. Okay, like and subscribe.
Hindi kasi nung iba para nami-misinterpret or at the same time yung iba is gustong magbigay, yun nga, may gustong magbigay ng comfort, but
parang they try to explain what's going on kasi nagtatanong sila why this
to
happened.
Give comfort, pero parang mas yung iba na medyo mas maguguluhan at baka mas maging pa sa kanila yung kapag ganun yung sinasabi.
Kaya pag may tanong silang ganun, hanapin nila si Brother Toh. Yan.
Like and subscribe. Follow for more.
Yan, of course, walang iba kayong pwedeng puntahan niya kasi si Brother Toh mismo, ang dami nilang pinagdaanan.
Yes.
You'll know when you look at go to my YouTube page.
Yes.
Look for that stuff. Or my website, Toh Relova, has the video there. May certain videos sa tohrelova.com. Flash here. Lagyan mo graphics na. Lagyan mo graphics na Mjolnir. Flash here.
Kayo ang nagawa?
Yeah, it's a website. Yeah.
Website.
Tohrelova.com.
Masyado mahaba yung story. I don't think 1 hour is enough.
It's all there.
You can check it out.
You can check it out.
And just to end in this part parang we feel na all the problems that we have, dapat may ginawa si God to prevent them.
Yes,
but in reality, this isn't the final destination. God's goal is really heaven for all of us. So if everything that we wanted happened here, then heaven wouldn't be the goal. Kaya parang we're all going there. So whatever in my heart, I know na whatever would best get us there, yun ang mas concern ni God. He's not a genie who will grant all our wishes, prevent all the heartache. It's every heartache can turn for good. So I love it when sa Bible verse si Joseph parang what the enemy meant for evil, he turns it for good. So even heartaches can be turned for good. Even losses can be turned for good. Kasi ang goal is not earth. This is a temporary dimension, if you want to call it, in the Thor saga. The ultimate goal is to prepare us for there. And so hopefully from what we've learned, we would become better so that we can eventually help others also journey through there. Because heartaches is part of life. Losses are part of life. Unanswered prayers are part of life. But the goal is so that we can move beyond them and help others who are going through them so that eventually we can all move towards becoming a better society. Because again, if everything we wanted and wished for we got, then we wouldn't need him anymore. We would be living a life of selfishness, of self-centeredness. So a lot of times pain and losses are good for us. I mean, hirap isipin, especially when you're in pain. Pero as you will read my story, it all can make us better people and better empathizers to people who are also going through that. That's what's important. That you help others also going through that, and that makes a better humanity in the end. Hindi tipong self-centered gods partying all the time, but people who really can become better and provide a better society right now.
Kasi mas you will understand kung ano yung pinagdadaanan ng isang tao kapag ikaw mismo yung naka-experience nun.
Ikaw lang may karapatan actually magpayo. Like ako, pag ako nagpayo sa grieving person, they can really say, oh nga, this has a... Kasi kung nagpayo ka na based on knowledge lang, mga dumudugong puso, wala kang karapatan. You have your family. You have a full family. Parang, I mean, you mean well, pero at the moment, a grieving person, di na may isipin Isipin nila, lalo na pag may advice mo, sabihin mo, hindi, magkakaroon ka pang next child. Ay, my God, don't ever tell a grieving person na magkakaroon ka ng another child. Parang so hindi valid tong naman. Mga ganun. Kaya only those who have been through it can best help others through it as well.
Yes.
And sometimes they don't need encouraging words. They just need someone a shoulder to cry on.
They don't need advice. Wag niyo na advice ang tao just hug them, just be with them. They don't need to tell. They know it all. They know all the advice. You don't need to give them wisdom. Give them comfort.
Yeah, tama, di ba?
Ang layo na sa Thor, But it's all good.
Andun pa rin kasi di ba?
Kasi kung nandun kayo sa tabi ni Gore, hindi niya pinatay yung hindi siya nakakabag.
Ang galing na ending.
Nabigyan niyo siguro ng advice, di ba yung ending niya?
Kung nagkama yung appearance kayo doon, I think,
ako yung stuntman lang ni Thor
Pero naman siya sa last part. Parang sa ending, diba?
Correct.
May
redemption siya, yes. It was about to end. Diba yun nangyari? It was about to end. Nagtutuloy niya yung plan niya to wish all the gods to die. Pero in the moment na nakita niya si Jane in Thor's hands, at sabi ni Thor, love na lang. Choose love instead of, revenge ba? Choose love instead of vengeance or whatever. He did choose. So naisip niya, yung anak ko na lang. So, kaya pwede, kaya parang naging parang mas nobler yung ending niya. Na he realized na, Pero imagine yung buhay ni Gore, na yung goal nga niya for vengeance. Sarap, minsan, pag galit ka sa tao, talagang ubuso mo lahat ng lahi niya, lahat ng katulad niya. Pero end of it, he ended up a miserable person and a dark person. Kaya, hindi rin Kaya we're not built for that So, I mean, people who are watching and listening really, sometimes may kagalit tayo na gusto natin sana mabalik sa kanya yung binigay sa akin. But at the end of the day, if that's in your heart, that will really make you dark and not in a good place and the person you lost will not recognize you anymore. Parang ganun. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, dami lessons if you really himay it.
Actually, marami naman talaga. This is what I love about these movies Kasi you still go out from the theaters learning something. Kung talagang iisipin mo pero kung wala lang.
Entertain ka lang.
So, marami actually.
Marami nga siya.
Kasi parang, yun nga, parang in a way, niredeem din ni Thor yung paniniwala ni Gore. Kasi, diba? I mean, diba sinabi niya na, mamamatay na ako, paano? Kahit buhayin ko yung anak ko, she will be alone. I will die. Pero sinabi ni Jane, no, she won't be. So from there, siguro nakita ni Gore kung yung dedication ni Thor para iligtas yung mga bata, yung love ni Thor kay Jane, na kahit talagang sabi, sige, gawin mo na yung gusto mong gawin.
Wala na akong pakalam sa'yo, bala ka dyan.
Sa last moment ko, kasama ko si Jane. So from there, na-realize ni Gore na, okay, meron talaga mabuting tao na mapapag-iwanan ako sa anak ko kahit wala na ako. So, again,
kaya hindi, inano pa rin niya, di ba?
Binigay pa rin, kahit wala.
Inihabilin niya, di ba?
Kahit nung lang niya nakilala, pero nakita niyo yung dedication niya ni Thor to save others.
Tsaka ang galing na ginawa ni Thor kasi he could have stopped him. He was on his way to stop Gore from making that wish. Pero nakikita na mamatay niya siya. So, and he knew that if he didn't stop him, patay siya kasi i-wish niya all gods to die. Kasama siya. So he decided, sige, I'm gonna die anyway. I'd rather die with the one I love. Kaya that even more touched him.
So choose love, not revenge. Huwag kayong kumuha ng Stormbreaker nyo. Baka kayo mag-break, diba? So, to close.
Ang galing pa ng yung ending, di ba? Yung na-realize natin, siya pala si Love, di ba? Yung ending na tumalon silang dalawa. Tapos biglang tumugtog ulit yung Sweet Child of Mine. Doon ka na-gets, kaya pala Sweet Child of Mine. Ang galing.
Siya pala yung love.
Tsaka yung
siya pala yung love.
Love and Thunder.
Match yung choice of song.
Galing. Doon ako kinalabutan. Doon ako parang Taika, galing. Kasi noong una, gumagamit siya ng song, diba, Led Zeppelin yung sa Ragnarok, and dagadan, galing eh. Akala ko, Sweet Child of Mine was just any soundtrack that was cool lang. Pala the words talaga, Sweet Child of Mine, kasi child na niya, itong dalan niya. Kaya story na nila yung... Kaya parang, si Thor, nagkaroon ng buhay. Literally, ng buhay ulit. Isang highlight pala naalala ko, nung namatay si Korg. Diba tinamaan ni Zeus si Korg?
Yung fake death niya.
Yung fake death niya. Sinigaw ni Thor, Corgi.
Talaga?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's Korg. Tapos biglang Corgi. Doon ako natuwa kasi yung aso ko tinawag niya. Corgi, di ba? Eksaktong nickname niya, Corgi. Sabi ko, gusto ko panoorin. Actually, gusto ko panoorin ulit. First time ko pa. Siyempre, you can't get everything sa isang panoorin. Gusto ko panoorin ulit. Himay-himayin pa isa pa. At saka balikan yung part na yun na sinabi niyang Corgi.
For my final question, ano yung ina-expect niyo sa susunod na Thor? What do you expect of Thor for this next movie? Kasi sabi, Thor will be back. And of course, nagkaroon ng teaser na there could be a battle between Hercules and Thor.
Yan ang gusto ko.
Anong gusto nyong mananawagan tayo kay
expecting po.
Manawagan tayo kay Kevin Feige tsaka kay Taika Waititi.
If you're listening, Brother Kev, if you're listening.
And Brother Taika.
Sir Taika. Well, actually, sabi nga namin Thor 5 pero yun lang, I hope kaya I'm rooting for this movie to be a hit para talagang hindi siya mawala or isipin ng mga scrap na lang natin. Kasi actually Thor being back, it did not specify that he will be back in his own movie. It could be he'll be back to another Secret Wars arc or another
or part ng Guardians of the Galaxy.
Na pwede rin eh kasi si Chris Hemsworth naman, he was asked, diba, he's willing to do it every still some more if until he's removed from the stage literally daw eh. Kaya, pero ang ganda na teaser nga ni Hercules eh. Hercules is the God to God laban ni Thor eh. Kaya pwede kung bumalik. Kaya yun ang hope ko. Pero sana rin may Love and Thunder arc din para ma-explore or part na ng buhay niya nga yung si Love. So it's more that Love and Thunder continuation story and Hercules arc na eventually. Pero ang galing din ko paano sinetap ni Zeus na ang mga tao hindi na tayo pinapalawalaan ng gods kasi nakikita na superheroes. Well, I'll send you my son kasi di ba Hercules was both god and superhero like Thor. Kaya parang pwede imagine as the Greek versus Norse, god to god. The two mightiest. Kaya di ba siya naman yung kalaban talaga ni Thor eh, not just Hulk na strength to strength eh. Sila yung talagang match to match eh. Kaya pwede.
Wala ba kayong gustong maging villain sa susunod na Thor? Meron ba kayong wala naman?
Malamang actually, 'di ba, ang malamang villain nung una si Gore, si Hercules, until finally malamang mag-team up sila towards a bad. Hindi ko alam sino ba. Probably Galactus, pero masyadong malaki naman si Galactus
parang
to fight.
Avengers level event na yun eh.
Parang ganun eh. Sino ba bang mga kalaban ni Thor sa comics ang hindi pa lumalabas? Si Victor Magtanggol. Victor. Pero Hercules
kasi is a hero and he will be part of the Avengers.
So, para introduction natin siguro.
Pero siguro
yung look
yung costume, di ba? Siguro, syempre, gusto ko makita si Beta Ray Bill. Baka may, hindi ko alam, I hope na yung kung sakali man they would bring Beta Ray Bill in real life, in live action. Sana naman they do justice. Sana bumalik din si Loki para sa akin. Because for me, yung Thor, parang kulang si Thor pag wala si Loki.
Yeah, true. People love Loki. I love Loki.
Yeah, so yun.
Ang tanong, sino Loki? Loki na series? Kasi ito yung Loki diba? Ibang Loki na tong sa series.
Ibang universe. Timeline. Universe na Loki yan.
Loki na namatay sa Asgard na eh. So, pero sana. Pero malamang itong Loki na nandito, baka makita sila ni Thor. So, But
there's a possibility kasi na hindi pa talaga patay si Loki. Hindi niyo ba na ando sa series na Loki? Yung matandang Loki, sinabi niya nung kunyari yung pinake pa rin yung death niya. Tapos nag-conjure siya ng illusion na sobrang totoo na kahit si Thanos naniwala siya na totoo na
namatay siya.
So there's a possibility na yung Loki sa version na to sa Earth 616 ba?
616.
Is still alive.
Although sabi hindi kasi nung sa Loki series parang pinanood ng sabi na iba
naputol
reviewer
na.
And then ni Loki.
Ano talaga
If ever, baka ibang timeline Loki. Ito yung nagkaroon ng self-realization Loki na may crush sa sarili niyang Loki. Sila ni Loki.
Loki. Pares lang Loki. Loki.
Kaya Loki.
Pero I don't know. Hopefully, pero like I said, para sa akin, medyo kulang si Thor pag wala si Loki.
Tama.
Baka si Matt Damon maging Loki.
Galing nila.
Okay, si Hela. Baka buhay pa si Hela.
Si Hela. Pero malamang may iba pang kasi, sabi nila Zeus is coming back kasi hindi pa naman siya namatay, di ba? I mean, sugat-sugat. Pero being a god, pwedeng formidable force din siya. Pero sana Zeus versus Odin, yun ang maganda. Di ba? Si Zeus versus Odin, Hercules versus Thor.
Sa comic book, buhay pa si Frigga tsaka si Odin. Magkaaway sila.
Okay. Si Frigga mismo mag-asawa.
Yun. And with that,
may iba po ba kayong gustong i-add or something?
Good. Thanks for inviting me again. Basta Thor, I'm yours.
Any future movies that
talk to my agent.
It's time for you to plug anything to promote other than the feast. Go ahead. You can promote the feast again. Those of you who didn't catch the intro.
Yeah, just go to my website or all social media with my name, Toh Relova, na magkadikit. Toh Relova. For those who don't know, the reason why I call myself Thor is that's my name, Thor. So Tohr. So medyo may play of letters. Kaya naging Thor ako. Kaya naging hilig ko na rin si Thor because of the symbolism of it. But yeah, go to tohrelova.com or on social media, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Nag-start na rin ako. YouTube. So all my all our ibang TikTok short form videos, mga inspiration snippets. Medyo simula pa lang.
We will post the link sa aming description.
How about yung yung podcast, yung Wob Life?
We also have a travel adventure. Like yesterday we were just in Tagaytay, so I'm now editing a video. Yung aming naging na kami, parang pet-friendly advocate. So pupunta kami sa ibang resort sa Pilipinas. Check ka namin kung pet-friendly nga yun. So Wob Ventures is in YouTube. So just look for Wob Ventures. I-post na lang namin yung link for that as well here.
Sure.
Yes, thank you so much.
And follow Corgi. Corgi is also on social media. Corgi, not a corgi. Korgi, not a corgi is the social media name.
May sariling social media ng mga aso ngayon, ha?
Oh, yes.
Siya mismo nagmamanage. Galing nga niya mag-type.
Thank you so much po for your
Thanks,
time.
guys.
Thanks to everyone for watching, and we'll see
Signing
you
out
next week dito sa Nerding with You. Bye-bye!